Thanks for joining us for 2 News at 5 tonight. We are live on the campus of Utah State University in Logan. A somber day as the community came together to remember fallen officer from Tremont and Garland Police Department, 32-year-old Eric Estrada. Certainly an emotional day for many here in the community and those who were watching from home. Thanks for being with us. I'm Heidi Hatch.
And I'm Brian Schnee. Things very different now, many hours later after that funeral and procession and graveside service that was private for the family. However, today filled with stories being shared, talking about the character, both with the badge on and with the badge off, for Officer Eric Estrada. And unfortunately, the same thing will happen tomorrow with Sergeant Lee Sorensen. But expecting to hear more about Sergeant Sorensen as we learned about Eric Estrada today, the man that people may have had interactions with in the community, whether they were pulled over on a traffic stop or the story we heard about the DUI, helping that individual along to find sobriety. We will likely hear the same story for Sergeant Lee Sorensen, who served our community for 17 years, and that'll take place here tomorrow.
A lot of happy memories as well. We heard from his brother, who said that they were competitive like brothers are, sometimes competing now as adults to have the best lawn, but when they were teenagers,
soccer was a big deal.
It was soccer. They said they would stay out there for hours and hours because Eric always wanted to win before they were finished with the night, and sometimes they would just let him score so they could get it over with. But many happy stories also coming from his children. His daughter today, his 10-year-old daughter, talking about the fun memories she had with her dad and what she will miss as they move forward.
We have team coverage for you tonight. Brian Malahy spoke with officers who came to pay their respects, but we're going to begin with Natalie Wattis, who was there when the last call for Officer Estrada came over the radio. Natalie.
It was a somber and sad moment when Officer Eric Estrada was signed off duty for the final time.
All units, this is the final 1042 for Tango 22. Officer Eric Estrada, you gave unselfishly and dedicated your life in service to ensure those around you were cared for. Your everlasting commitment to serve and protect your fellow man will never be replaced. Our hearts are broken, but your legacy will live on forever.
Hundreds of people lined the Logan Cemetery, watching as Officer Eric Estrada reached his final resting place and paying respects during the graveside memorial service.
The graveside service is such an emotional time, hopefully bringing some closure to family and officers that have gone through such a hard time over the last little bit as they've lost their loved one.
Eric, you will be remembered for your laughter and always making others smile. You may be gone, Eric, but you will never be forgotten.
The graveside service has a lot of ceremony to it. Like a military funeral, you're going to see a lot of things that, as we lay an officer to rest, such as you have the bagpipes, which are a very emotional thing. We have the 21-gun salute. They also fold the flag and present that to the family.
A large American flag hung by the graveside, and taps was played for those in attendance.
We also have the last call and the flyovers,
consisting of Department of Public Safety, Life Flight, and medical helicopters.
When something like this happens, it's of course the family goes through so much, but the community does as well. And you have so many people that want to pay their respects, that want to give a little part back to the Estrada family. It's tough to do it for one, but when you have to do it for two in a row, it's tough. You're going to see it on the faces of the officers here today and tomorrow, just that wear of that emotion, that raw emotion, because that's what it is right now.
Thank you for your service. Officer Eric Estrada, we salute you. Godspeed.
People had also wrapped trees in the cemetery with blue ribbon near the gravesite commemorating the fallen officer. Live in Logan Cemetery, Natalie Wattis, KUTV 2 News.
Natalie, thank you. Today's funeral underscores the dangers for those who protect and serve our community. Like Eric Estrada, many officers have young families, young children.
And it's certainly a poignant reminder of that tonight. Brian Malahy joins us live from the cemetery with that story tonight.
Yeah, and it was here that a police officer brought his 9-year-old daughter today, unafraid. In the throng of badges in blue at the burial for an officer shot and killed in the line of duty.
Every day I give her a hug and a kiss before I leave and tell her I love her.
Were Draper Sergeant Hobie Young and his daughter Paisley.
Do you worry that it might make her worry even more about the danger that you face?
No, we've had the conversations, and it was important for her to see that that we stand together.
Today, a smiling Paisley showed no fear but pride.
I think he's amazing, and I think he's great at the job.
Do you feel safer with him out there as a police officer?
At the beginning of his career, Sergeant Young thought he would attend just 1 or 2 police funerals total, but has been at least 1 funeral, on average, every couple of years. Still, this, he says, is his lesson for his daughter.
It's nothing to be afraid of, and it's okay to be sad on days like today.
Paisley said yes, she has worried about her dad when he leaves for work. Quote, sometimes, but only sometimes. Live at the Logan Cemetery, Brian Malahy, KUTV 2 News.
So glad they were willing to share their stories. So many amazing and touching stories we've had out here today. I was out on the sidewalk outside. I was not able to go inside the services today, talking to a lot of those officers as they were coming in and also as they were leaving. You had the opportunity, Brian, to go inside though while the services were happening.
And that was a big moment for me that stood out. It wasn't about what was said, it was what was right in front of me. And it's a moment I witnessed by myself because the funeral service was going on. But if you look at some of the pictures that I took from inside, there was a nice table laid out with all sorts of things pertaining to Eric Estrada as a father, as an officer. On that table, you'll see a picture of his Officer of the Year award he received in 2022 from the North Park Police Department, also including some of his badges, an American flag. And there were just so many things there that highlighted who he was without spoken word. You could just kind of take it in all in the moment. And that's what I did. I kind of just paused and reflected while that funeral was going on. That's the table there that you can see with a very large photo of Officer Estrada, and people were able to go by, and actually some of the neighboring law enforcement agencies from this area and also those who came to pay their respects, they could lay a patch down for the family in a nice bucket. So we're able to see some of the patches that some of the departments were able to drop off for Eric Estrada's family, something that they can take with them. But it was a nice display, and that really struck me as a moment that I was able to actually just share on my own for a few minutes as we were kind of just scoping out what was taking place at that funeral.
Yeah, the human side, I noticed the sandals there and also the pickleball paddles too. And
pictures of his kids.
Pictures of his kids, the things that he cared about and what he went home to after work. So yeah, beautiful to see.
It was nice to see, and obviously the funeral in and of itself, the spoken word was very touching.
It's been a very community-driven week when we're looking in Garland and Tremont and in Box Elder County, Cache County, where all of these families and officers live. And we're coming up tonight, we're going to have more on the football field. Bear River High School taking on Box Elder High School. That happens in Garland tonight. Law enforcement will deliver the game ball to the rival teams as a way to honor Officer Eric Estrada and Sergeant Lee Sorensen. You can watch that game. It is live on KJAZ and KMYU starting at 7 o'clock tonight. Brian will be live that game. He'll have a live report on 2 News at 6 o'clock. Interestingly enough, we schedule these games out months, even if not a year in advance. It just happens to be as we are celebrating and honoring the officers' lives that we will be in their community tonight, where many people are trying to find joy as they move on, but also honoring their sacrifice and service.
And as we saw at the rodeo over the weekend with Deputy Mike Allred, who was shot in the same incident as the 2 officers, when he showed up there with K9 Azula, there was a big fanfare. People were cheering and there were tears and emotions. Can expect something similar tonight when law enforcement delivers the game ball, which is a special sentiment for these 2 communities that are feeling it right now. I mean, the schools were impacted over the last couple of days, and that will continue forward tomorrow with scheduling and such because of just how much this means to this community, giving everyone really the opportunity to come out and pay their respects.
Absolutely, and just about everyone in the community knows these officers or knows someone who did, or they're connected to their family. So a lot of people there tonight, and hopefully a little bit of happiness in all this sorrow.
More coverage here from Logan coming up tonight on 2 News at 6. Jim and Jamie back inside to you.
Sorensen. They will begin at 10 in the morning over at the Spectrum at Utah State University. That's the same place that Officer Eric Estrada's funeral was today. We will have total coverage of the service right here on 2 News beginning at 9:30 in the morning with our morning crew. In the meantime, you can download our 2 News mobile app if you would like to watch any or all of it from your phone. We will also live stream the services over at KUTV.com and on our 2 News YouTube page.